What's up, MySpace? This is Mark, and in a break from my usually scheduled programme, I'm in Scotland. You can tell this because I'm standing in front of Glasgow's finest body piercing establishment, for which this is not a paid advertisement. Anyway, the point is, they lost my luggage. My luggage isn't here, so I'm using 3-day-old sarcasm. All my fresh sarcasm is in my luggage. If I see something ironic or funny, the best I can do at this point is kind of shrug my shoulders and go, Other than that, yes, all my clothes are also missing. So I've indulged in that important Scottish behaviour known as shopping. You may have heard of it. If you've seen the movie Braveheart, you may remember the bit where William Wallace goes, "You can take away my freedom, but you can't take away, you can take away my life, but you can't take away my freedom to spend all weekend running up my credit card debt." See this sword? Not paid off for yet. I want to take you back in history. The time, 1973. The place, Glasgow. The Bay City Rollers were top of the charts. Everybody wore 52-inch wide bell bottoms with 4-inch tartan trim at the bottom. And there was, factually speaking, no art in Glasgow. Except for one wall, a wall somewhere near Parkhead Stadium with the words "Tongs Ya Bass" painted on it. Tongs, of course, an ancient Chinese tribe of warlords. Yabas, a honorific of sorts, a Scottish honorific. Since then, of course, the Scottish National Arts Council have employed a crack team of art forgers to create an entire museum of forged artwork, and that's what we're going to take a look at now. See you inside. Okay, I'm standing in front of Salvador Dali's Christ of St. John of the Cross. This is obviously one of Dali's paintings that predates his "I had too many mushrooms in my omelette" period. Now, growing up in Scotland, all Scottish school children were forced to stare at this painting until their eyes bled, in what is an early example of spontaneous stigmata, rather appropriately. Will that do? Now, for some of my viewers, everything you know about Scotland you learned from the film "So I Married an Axe Murderer" with Mike Myers. Well, guess what? It's all true. Particularly the bit about having a heed like an orange on a toothpick. All Scottish people have a heed like an orange on a toothpick until you eventually reach a condition known as "my heed is nipping." And what happens when "my heed is nipping" is that the heed, the orange, eventually levitates off of the toothpick until it's suspended 15, 20, even 25 feet in the air. And as you can see behind me, here are some examples of people who achieved the state of "my heed is nipping," all gathered in one place, because this is what Scottish people call a gallery of nippectomy, or a nippatorium, a heed nippatorium. We're in a heed nippatorium where heeds levitate 15 to 20 feet off of the air. That's all I have to say on that subject. The lighting's not so good in here, so I don't know if you can see this, but behind me we have one of the original costumes of a Scottish singer called Sydney Devine. Now, not a lot of people know this, but Elvis Presley over in Nashville copped all his best moves from old VHS cassettes, and probably Betamax cassettes, of Sydney Devine. There's Sydney's outfit there. Elvis was a big Sydney fan. Obviously the lighting's kind of dark in here because this costume has to be kept under low light to be preserved for future generations. Important piece of Scottish history right there. Alright, I'm in Scotland, and in Scotland it's important that you eat haggis 4 to 5 times a day. Now, you may be wondering, what is a haggis? A haggis is simple. You get a sheep, you take all the most delicious parts of the sheep and you throw them away. Then whatever's left, you stuff into a sheep's stomach along with some oatmeal and gravel, bits lying around, the bits of your enemies that you've chopped up with your Braveheart sword, whatever you have to hand, and you end up with haggis. I must admit that is the gayest looking haggis I've ever seen, but it's haggis nonetheless. Cheers. That's about it really. I made a video last week about my usual obsession, American politics. I've just posted it on YouTube, so do me a favour, go over there, rate it, watch it, come back, leave a comment, blah blah blah, etc. And maybe I'll have some other report from Scotland, doing some other Scottish activities such as eating Indian food later in the weekend. For now, this is Mark signing off. See you next time. Cheers.